Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We're so excited that you're here. Happy Wednesday. My name's Wandishin, and I'm super excited to talk about these little body balancing drops that I have here. I know it's kind of weird with my um so I started on these drops 14 months ago. I am 54 years old. I have 5 kids. My oldest was graduating from college in the month of May last year. And I saw a picture of myself, and let's just put it this way, I wasn't really happy with what I
Yeah.
saw.
I'm on video, honey.
And
Open, open.
I hold on just a second. I'm gonna all
I
right.
got it, Ann.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
thanks. And so I wasn't really happy with the picture that I saw. Why? I looked exhausted. I had every single one of these symptoms right here, with the exception of adult acne. I have been eating clean for years. I have been moving my body for years. I have been drinking my water. I have been getting sleep or trying to. And years ago, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune um condition, Hashimoto's, and then I was diagnosed with other ones since. And so as a result, I just had a lot there was just a lot going on. And I just thought to myself, "Oh my gosh, is this the rest of my life?" And then I saw a post and on social media, and I was like, "Huh, that person, her name is Barb." I'm like, "Barb, I know Barb, like, really cares about what she puts in her body. I know she researches what she puts in her body. She's not going to just put in, something she bought off of, Instagram." And I said, "Okay, tell me more." So I got the information, probably the same information that you got. I got that information from Barb, and I decided to give it a go. I called one of my friends who's a chiropractor, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I just heard about the drops too." And I said, "Well, I'm going to try them." She said, "I am too." So we both started on the drops, and I was blown away. So, because of all the health issues that I've had, I had a lot of imbalance. Okay. And what these drops do is that they help address your foundational hormones. What are those? That's going to be your insulin, cortisol, thyroid, leptin, and ghrelin. And I knew that my cortisol was a problem because I really got so much more stressed out than I ever, like, it was just increasingly getting worse. I also knew that my insulin was not in a good place because, like I said, I have 5 kids and my youngest is about to turn 8. So I had her. She came along when I was 46, and she's amazing. But I had her, and I directly went into perimenopause, and I also became pre-diabetic. And it didn't matter what I did, I could not bring my A1C down to the normal range. So what happened was, is I started on these drops within 3 months, because I get my blood work done every 3 months. Within 3 months, I got my blood work done, and I was no longer pre-diabetic. And my doctor was like, "I don't know what you're doing, but keep doing it." I said, "I just started taking these homeopathic drops." And she was like, "Well, you're no longer pre-diabetic." I mean, and I've been working with this doctor at that point. I've been working with them for probably about 3 years. So they knew, I mean, you guys, that was the only thing I changed. And so that's when it got my attention. And I decided, like, I need to share this with the world because I'm not the only one that has all of these symptoms. I'm not the only one who's out of balance. I'm not the only one who needs help. And what these drops did for me is they gave me hope for the future. That picture that I saw on the day my son graduated from college was not the future. That I was going to have hope and health for my future. So I'm super passionate about that. All right. So where did we get the drops? The drops are from a company called partner.co. And actually in 58 over 50 countries, I think 58 to be exact, and all over the world. And these drops are viral all over the world. It's very exciting. So what I love with the drops is, that they can help the body get healthier holistically. It's a foundational product. But guess what we also have? We have all these things listed here on the screen. We have products that can help with immune health, We can have products, we have products that help with collagen, we increasing energy, clean energy drinks, gut health, better sleep, and so what I want you to understand, which is so exciting, is that each one of these things that you see listed, each one of them is a multi-billion dollar industry on its own. And we have so many different categories here, um, like in the billion dollar industries. And so it's very exciting. I love the products. I've used really high end. I've because of my health challenges, I've worked with so many doctors that have recommended so many products that are high end nutraceuticals that I've taken for years, and I've never used products that have moved the needle as much as these. And so that's why I get super excited about them as well, because I know I'm getting healthier every day. So this is Dr. Strand. I love him. He is our chief medical officer. He's actually turns 80 years old this year. He's still practicing medicine. He got his MD from the University of Colorado. He lives in South Dakota, and he's written several books. You can look him up on Amazon, Dr. Ray Strand. What I love about him is he has been passionate about health and wellness for years. He has been working in his family practice about helping people like make better choices with their food, drinking their water, moving their body so that they can have a healthy life. Well, guess what? He loves the drops. Why? Because they are going to help their liquid discipline. They're going to help you make the better choices. So he loves the drops. He's on our medical board. He helps with developing the products here. He's amazing. All of our products are tested and proven. We have, as you can see here, so many clinical studies. Just it's I mean this company is just off the charts. So with the drops, like again, I love my drops. You can drop weight twice as fast as diet alone. Because some people are like, well, can't you just go on a diet? Sure, you can. Of course you can. But the truth is that most of us, if you're like me, or perimenopausal, menopausal, but even men in midlife, and let's just put it this way, it actually doesn't matter how old you are. If you are out of balance, if those foundational hormones are out of balance, chances are you need the support in order to get your body into balance so that you can release what you need to release. So some people actually don't need to lose weight and they still take the drops. I just talked to one of my friends today that applies to. So she takes them because it helps with her mood, focus, sleep, energy, and she just feels better. It helps bring her anxiety down, helps bring her stress down. So she takes the drops even though she doesn't need to lose weight. All right. So there's a lot of people that do that. There's a lot of people that stay on them because of that. So these drops are clinically proven, recommended. They're holistic, safe, they're effective, and they're stimulant and hormone free. And so this is what the drops have done for a lot of us. A lot of us, they've helped us feel better. So then we can actually make the better choices to exercise, to drink the water, to get better sleep, to be able to make the better choices with the food so that we can actually release the weight. So they're going to help to balance those foundational hormones. And then with some people, they actually help also balance the sex hormones as well. It helps to curb the appetite, increase your energy, all the things, you guys. Like my blood sugar obviously got stabilized. So I love, love, love the drops. So when I talk about like the food list, what is it? It's all these things listed here. So we're not focused on a diet. We're focused on choosing to eat lean meats, healthy fats, really healthy, like low glycemic fruits, and also just making those good choices throughout the day. I don't count calories. I don't teach anyone to count any calories. We do recommend that you eat a minimum of 1,200 calories. Why? You've got to eat this. You've got to eat for this to work. We want your body to get the proper nutrition. So you take the liquid discipline before your three biggest meals. What I want you to know is that my whole entire life, I had food noise my whole life until the drops. So now it's actually really easy. Like I have two kids that have birthdays coming up. Guess what? I'm not worried about they're going to have cake and ice cream. If I want cake and ice cream, I'll eat it. But if I don't want it, guess what? I'm not going to eat it. And so it's completely changed my relationship with food, that it's actually a healthy relationship. And I'm making so many better choices than I ever have before in my life. So it's truly phenomenal. So I'm going to see if my friend Joy would be so kind as to unmute. And I would love for her to share her testimonial because it's very powerful.
Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you, Anne. Excited to be here. Thank you for sharing this presentation tonight. I I've been passionate about health and wellness for 20 years. I lost my mom to breast cancer over 20 years ago, and I started reading books on nutrition and eating healthy and teaching other people to eat healthy and encouraging them to read labels. And here last year, I found myself with some thyroid issues that I've been working on for a bit, trying to, find different supplements because I didn't want medication. I wanted some supplements to help improve my thyroid health. And I saw a post that my friend Stacy had posted, actually several posts, and I watched and read testimonies for a while. And even after I reached out to her, I think I waited a few months, researched ingredients, and I wanted to finish all of the supplements that I was currently trying for my thyroid. But I decided to go ahead and try the drops. I thought, why not? It seems like these are working for a lot of people for a lot of different health concerns and for weight. And I was also perimenopausal. And so what had worked for me before didn't, just eating healthy and trying to move more was not helping that, those extra pounds in the middle. And so I decided to try the drops. Well, on day one, I wasn't expecting anything on day one, but I noticed that I didn't have as many cravings. And I noticed a few days into it that I didn't, I could tell I was less bloated. And so it really got my attention. Like there's something special about these drops. And so just continued on. I was able to lose pounds and inches during the toughest months for most people to lose weight, November and December. And my daughter was able to do the same thing, lose some weight very early on as well. That first day or two, she's like, this is crazy. Like, I'm not thinking about food. I'm not hungry. It's like you eat to nourish, not because you're having cravings. And so that was very different to me, especially after helping people all these years with clean eating, have really good results. But some people, just the cravings were too much. And so they would get off track and not have success. And I think this is kind of a missing link. But what's really exciting and really cool for me, I think, is that because I work in an ultrasound clinic, I was able to see my thyroid right before I started the drops and within 3 months. And the largest nodule on my thyroid was half the size after starting the drops. You guys, that is crazy to me within less than 3 months because I had tried different things. I had tried other supplements from holistic health clinics and different things. And I had also tried different supplements and things for years for another health concern of mine, having some fibroids. And those were actually on ultrasound. The largest one was half the size. They were all shrinking, but the largest one was my concern. You guys, it was half the size in around a month. It was like right in the 4 to 6 weeks. I'd have to look at the calendar, but I was just blown away. Like I had worked on taking different supplements for years. And so not everybody has the opportunity to be able to see what's going on inside your body when you take these drops, but it is so cool. I know we do have a lot of success stories with lab work and things improving, but for me, that just was very encouraging and exciting to me. And that's why I can't keep quiet and am sharing these drops with other people is because, I mean, I think a big part of it is because they are homeopathic, the way they are, and sublingual, where you absorb under your tongue, just so highly effective. And I just can't say enough about how excited I am with my results. But I just think whenever we can help people feel better, it just affects everything. It has a ripple effect. It affects their life. It affects their coworkers, their family, You know, when we feel better, we can do better at what we're called to do. We're all called, you know, to do um, a variety of things, but it's just exciting to be able to help people to do that better. So thank you, Anne, for having me share.
My gosh, Joy, thank you so much. I love your testimonial, and I mean, just so powerful. And I love how, what I love about the drops is, first of all, we're not going to make any medical claims. We're not going to, cure or treat, diagnose anything like that. But Joyce is sharing her testimonial, right? I'm sharing mine. And what we have experienced is really powerful. And we're going to share you some other testimonials here visually with you. We're going to have another person share in just a minute, but what I want you to know is that these little drops have changed people's lives. And if you're like, "Oh my gosh, I want to see more. I want to hear more." There are thousands and thousands of people around the world whose lives have been changed by these drops, and it's one drop at a time, and it's one day at a time, and everyone's journey is different, you guys. Again, I've had a lot of health challenges, so it's taken a little bit longer for me. Like that was the pre-diabetic thing was happened quick, like that I was no longer pre-diabetic, but the rest of my results, it's been longer than the average person. So I just want you to be encouraged. If you're like learning about these drops today, I want you to be encouraged to commit honestly to 90 to 120 days minimum. That's if you don't have any health challenges, okay? And to really like if you're like, "Oh my gosh, I want to release like 10 pounds or 20 pounds or whatever," commit to the food list. Why? And we're going to help you. Why do I recommend that? Because then if you get through 120 days of these drops and you've committed to that food list, I mean, I will bet you a box of drops that and you can take that to the bank, that you will feel better and you will have non-scale victories and chances are some scale victories. And so I'm really passionate about that. But like if you're gonna spend the money, like come with us on the whole journey, not just putting the drops in and still going and eating, things that are probably not serving your body, right? So, but anyway, I could go on and on. So this is Kristen White. She owns a CrossFit gym. She has worked out her whole life. This is her on the left after she had her child. So she wanted to get back into shape, and that's when she started on the drops. And look at her. I mean, she got ripped. I mean, that's who she is. The girl's hilarious. She's amazing. And she actually looks even better now than she does in these pictures. I know it's hard to imagine, but trust me, she does. And she loves the drops because of how they helped balance her body. Okay. So, and then the other thing I love to share is that she makes more on the selling the drops than she does from her very successful CrossFit gym. So this is Ursula. I met her in Florida in February. She's amazing. I mean, these people are brave. Like her little belly up here on the right. And look at that transformation that she had. She has 6 kids, and she wanted to earn a little bit of extra while she was on the ball fields with her watching her kids play ball. And so she turned her drop experience into an income opportunity. This is Alan. Great example of how the drops are for men and women. They're for people of all ages. They are fantastic and they help people balance their bodies. My husband released 15 pounds in a very short period of time. He doesn't need to lose any more weight than that. And it's amazing, the transformations. This is Misty. I mean, again, look at this transformation. But I also not just don't look at just the belly. I want you to look at her face. Look at these 2 pictures. Look at that transformation of her skin. So what happens with these drops is that they start helping your body to get healthier. And so the transformation starts to happen with your skin, with your hair, with your nails. I mean, just so many different aspects of the body. Now, I always say this because it is the truth. If I was the person on the left, I'd be fine. I'd be good. I wouldn't be motivated to do. I'd be like, I'm good, I'm thriving. But she was motivated she wanted to do a fitness competition. You know anyone who has done that, which I do have some friends who have done those. And a lot of times they achieve results like the picture on the right in a very unhealthy manner. And I love that she took the drops and she got lean and mean and she won that competition. So I just think that's absolutely incredible. This is Dr. Crystal Vance. She is absolutely one of my favorite testimonials. Why? She's was diagnosed with an autoimmune condition early on in her life, alopecia, and she was on a lot of steroid treatment. So everything went like this her whole entire life, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. She said she could see the difference. Like if she goes back and looks at the pictures from her childhood, she can see when she was on the steroids, not on the steroids, by her weight. So her highest, she was probably close to about 400 pounds. She's released over 160 pounds. She now weighs about 130 pounds. And I just saw her this past weekend in Ohio. And I'm going to tell you what, she looks younger than she does on the picture on the right. She looks even better than that. Her skin looks better, more vibrant. But this is the other thing that's fantastic about our products. Remember how I showed you all those pictures of all those different products? Well, guess what? We also have a product called Venali. Venali, Dr. Crystal has taken alongside the drops. She has not had one skin surgery, you guys. She has released over 160 pounds and not had one skin surgery. That is a phenomenal product. And she doesn't have flabby skin. Like she is toned. She looks fantastic. So I could go on and on. So I love how this is for all ages, like I've mentioned before. Ashley on the right, I actually met her as well in Ohio over the weekend. She is fantastic. She lives in South Dakota. Just broke ground on her dream home with her husband. She had gained some weight after her mother had passed away at an early age, and she had gained some weight and used the drops to help her get healthier. And she has kept that weight off for 5 years. And she is absolutely fantastic. She's actually one of the people, I'll talk about her a little bit more in a minute too. She's one of the people that helped develop our system of growth. So I'm going to touch on this really quickly, and I'm going to ask my friend Lisa to share. So if you're on here and you haven't started on the drops, or maybe you've bought the drops and you're like, I'm going to buy another box of drops because these are amazing. You can purchase them from your brand partner for $167. That's what we sell them for in the United States. Canada, I know there's some Canadians on here. It's a different price point because it's in the Canadian dollar. But you can do that. But we also have another option for you, and that is to become a brand partner. And you can pay $29.95 and get your products at the same discount that we get them at. So I'm gonna let Lisa, if I can, Lisa, I'm gonna pull up your testimonial here. And I'm gonna let you share.
Okay. Well, thank you everybody for being on. I watched a lot of posts go by my news feed from my friend Stacy before I ever commented, liked any of that, just watched in the background. And then Stacy was going to move a little bit further away from where she was living before, which was right near me. And she's like, "Hey, let's meet for coffee before I move." And I had had a headache for a week straight at that point in time. And so when we sat down, I'm like, just tell me about the drops. So she started telling me about them. And I just was like, I have nothing to lose but to try this. So here's the thing, like I was doing all of the right things, I thought, right? And I was exercising, I was eating right, I was drinking water, I moved my body, I prioritize sleep, but I just wasn't feeling optimal. And I know that our bodies are created for greatness. And I want you guys to know that about your bodies too. You were created for greatness. We were not put on this earth to walk around feeling like crap all the time. And I don't subscribe to the idea that we have to accept having a headache all the time or feeling like you're totally out of energy or I can't speak right now at 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That was me, okay? Or feeling like your body is fighting against you. Like, I just don't think that we need to walk around feeling like that. And we do have options. that are out there. Some of the options involve injecting yourself with synthetic hormones, and people drop weight that way. But that's not what we're doing here. What we're doing here is we're giving you a natural option that works. And when your body gets into balance, it will do amazing things. So, what you are seeing here, and I just want to say to you guys, when we tell you to take measurements and pictures, just do it. Okay, because I had no idea. Like, I feel so much better. The non-scale victories are where it's at for me. I don't even own a scale. I made my husband get out his fish scale and I stood on it just because I like had to just know once I saw these pictures. Okay, but this was 90 days for me. So first picture, like, okay, not bad, you know. And some people are like, you look great then. Okay, awesome. But I didn't feel great on the inside. Okay, this is tired Lisa with a headache all the time. And so so I get started and I start feeling better in 2 weeks. I have so much more energy, and I'm noticing that everybody is feeling like me. And every conversation I'm having, people are talking about not feeling great and perimenopause, and like you can't get out of a conversation without talking about it, right? And I'm like, man, I think there's really something to this because I feel better. Why would I not share this with other people? And why would I not take this opportunity to help other people feel better and put extra income in the bank for my family? So at the end of 90 days, okay, this is what happened. So I take this picture and I do my measurements and I redid them because I was like, what? I lost 12 inches, you guys. It's actually not that many pounds. It's like 7 pounds, 5 to 7 pounds. It's not that much actual weight, but look at the difference in how my body has recomped. I just feel so much better. So when we come across things that are working for us and that we like, when you see a movie that's good or you read a book that's good, you tell other people about it. So that's really all we're doing here. So the business and the selling of it doesn't need to be as like scary as we think it is. Like, am I a salesperson? No, I'm an educator, okay? But I can definitely tell people about something that's making me feel better and that's helping so many other people. And we have a system for doing that. And all I'm doing is faithfully following that system. And it has been life-changing as far as the product and as far as the business. The momentum here, you guys, is massive because the products work and they are bringing hope and health to people. And that's what I want you guys to hear. You do not have to accept feeling like junk. We don't have to do that here. We're ready to help you.
That's right. Oh my gosh, Lisa. And you guys, I mean, Petra just made a comment. She's like, oh my gosh, look at your inner thighs. Like, this is incredible.
I know.
I mean, and I also just look at your face.
Mhm.
Like the what I always, so anytime if you're like, I'm never gonna take pictures like this. Okay, that was me. I'm like, I'm not taking these pictures, but this is what I did do. I always take a selfie. Why?
Mhm.
And I take it like same lighting, same like holding my phone right here. Why? Because I need to see what's happening with my face. And I really want to encourage you, even if you've been on the drops for a week or 2 weeks or a month and you haven't taken one picture, take one. Look and try to find a selfie from before or find a picture from before. Why? It's really important for you to measure what's happening here because trust me, it's happening. Like you heard Joy's testimonial of what was happening within her own body, right? You heard Lisa's testimonial and you see these pictures. It's incredible. So, oh my gosh, Lisa, I'm so proud of you.
And like, guys, this is just me like being vulnerable and sharing this. You don't have to share it with anybody, but
Yeah.
please take the pictures because people are like, oh, the scale isn't really moved. I'm like, okay, how else are you measuring? Let's
Right,
talk about
right,
the non-scale victories. Let's talk about all those
right.
other things. I mean, let me tell you what, not having a headache every day is really life-changing.
Yes, it is. And the other thing I will say is that if you have just a regular scale, you have to do the measurements because your body is changing. And so if you're just stepping on the scale, you could actually be losing like fat and gaining muscle, right? And so
Yeah.
you really do want to do the measurements. All right, so I'm going to keep going with my presentation here. So hold on just a second. Thanks, Lisa. I really appreciate you. I'm so
No
excited. So,
problem. This is just how I am, guys. I'm like super passionate about things and like it comes through. So
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
buckle up. If anybody ever asks me to share, like, this is what it's going to be like, I'm excited about it.
I love it. I love it. So like I said, you can buy the product 167. That's what we sell it for in the United States from your brand partner. You also have an option to get on a subscription. You get 15% off. Again, you would do that through your brand partner. Okay. But if you're like us and you want to get the deeper discount and you want to share this with the world like we do, that's becoming a brand partner. It's $29.95. It's a one-time fee. You never pay it again. There's no renewal, which I love. And you're gonna get 30% off of your product, if not more, because we have a lot of product bundles where we save more money. You're gonna get a replicated site, awesome back office, award-winning marketing tools, and training. So when you get started as a brand partner, one of the options that you have is to start with a 4-pack, because a lot of people, they know at least 3 people who want to also feel better. So it's $371. You can turn around and sell those boxes. You could sell all of them and collect $668, pay your investment back, and profit $297. The other option is that you sell 3 and get yours for free. But the next thing that you could do is you could do what Lisa and I and Joy have done, and we have turned our social media into a profit. I saw a post, Lisa saw a post, and so did Joy. We all saw a post. And that's when we reached out to the person who was posting. They had started posting. It's a very simple system. You don't have to be a digital creator. It's all created for you in this app called Boards. It's like a filing cabinet on your phone on an app. You can also load it onto your computer. And the great thing is that it's been organized by someone who's organized. So it's all there for you. All of the posts are done. All of the responses. So even when someone 14 months later texts me and wants to know about the drops, I use the text scripts to talk to them about the drops. That's what we do. It's what we all do. It's a plug and play system. So let's say you're like, oh my gosh, I want to do this too. So we have another option, and that is you can purchase 10 boxes of the drops. It's $880. You're going to sell them for $167. You're going to collect $1,670. You pay back your investment of $880. Your profit's going to be $790. You guys, this is awesome. One thing I want you to keep in mind is when you sell 6 of them with the 10-pack, that pays for it. That means 4, it's total profit. All right. But it gets better. And that's this one. This was not available when I started. So I bought 3 10-packs. What's available now is this. And so what I love about this company, this is actually really unique in this industry, that we get to purchase our viral product that's pretty much viral around the world in the countries that have the drops. We get to buy it in bulk and turn around in the United States and Canada. We get to buy it in bulk. Okay. And we get to turn around and sell it and get right now cash in our pocket. And so it's fantastic. It's $2,300. You're going to collect when you sell them. And we teach you how to sell them. You're going to collect $5,010. You're going to pay back your investment of $2,300, and you're going to pocket $2,700. What this does, when you sign up as a brand partner and you want to do this as a business, like Lisa and Joy and myself, we have 4 Fridays to get to something called top pay. That puts you at ultimate and gold status. When you get to top pay, it sets you up for 30% upfront income for life. Like, you never have to earn it again. So you could do a 4-pack and another 4-pack and another 4-pack, or 3 10-packs. But I'm going to tell you, this is the best return on investment. So a lot of us, even when we reorder our drops, we order them in a 30-pack because it's the best return on investment. And a lot of the people on our team, like we kind of play a game, like, let's have a goal of like selling 15 before they even get to your door. And then the rest is gravy because, once I think it's like 14 or 15 boxes, once they're sold, the rest is profit. So it really is an absolutely incredible system. Our company is in massive momentum. This is really a wellness movement. I've actually never seen, again, like I said before, I've never seen products like this. So I'm going to tell you just a little bit more. I'm going to touch on this because this was very significant to me, what just happened with me this past weekend. I drove to Columbus, Ohio by myself, 7 hours. So I'm just going to back up. 16 years ago, I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's. After that, I have never been able to drive on a road trip by myself. You guys, okay, I'm only 54. I could not even an hour and a half, I would have been like, I'm not sure if I can do that and make it back home. Okay. I know that sounds really dramatic, but that is, you can ask anyone in my family. My 23-year-old called me 2 nights ago, asked me how I was doing, asked me how my trip was to Columbus. I said, "Oh, it was great. It's fantastic." He's like, "Did you drive?" And I said, "Yeah." He's like, "By yourself?" And I said, "Yeah." He's like, "How far is that?" I said, 7 hours. He's like, "Really?" And I said, "Yeah." So when he was little, we lived in Oklahoma. We drove to St. Louis because it's where I'm from, and it was 8 hours. So he grew up with me road tripping. He knew that I could do that. And then bam, all of a sudden I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's. I couldn't do that anymore. You guys, I've been working for over 20 years to get healthier, okay? And then in the last 14 months, since I started on these drops and these other products from this incredible company, I'm older and yet I have more energy. I have more like focus. I have more passion. I have like, it's mind blowing. So that right there, if my son ever starts, because you know how they are, they're kind of like, I know better. He's 23, right? But I'm telling you, that is like probably the best product testimonial that he will ever hear is the fact that I actually can take a road trip. So I'm super passionate. I love helping people get healthier. I love helping people create an additional income stream. And so what I want to ask you to do is I want to ask you to get with the person who invited you on here. I want you to like to think about like, do you want to join us? We are having so much fun. We teach and train you how to create this an additional income stream. I've never seen anything like this, you guys. People are winning at every level here. And we have incredible leadership. We have incredible owners. I saw one of them over the weekend when I was in Columbus. They care about us as people. And I don't know, I could go on and on. So I'm actually gonna stop the recording. And if anyone wants to stay on and have any questions, if anybody wants to share another testimonial, I'd love for you guys to stay on and be able to hear that. So hold on.